Far and away, the best prize the life offers is the chance to work hard at work worth doing. Theodore Roosevelt. Hi, my name is Abraham. I'm currently working at CISA. I came here to talk about a business that caught my eye here in Mexico, trying to expand the brand around the world, starting with the United States. The name of this company is Paradox Studio. Here we have a little company history. There are actually two brothers that one day wanted to start an agenda, and we ended up doing after that a company. So they started small, doing agendas in cups, and then slowly but surely growing, and then I created a graphic designing studio, being one brother the marketer and the other brother the designer. And they ended up with being a small studio that they are now, and they're selling digital marketing services and several other products. The mission, the mission and vision of this of Paradox Studio. We're going to talk about their vision first. They see Paradox Studio as a brand that will recognize by a lot of other companies asking for Paradox Studio to design specific things for them. And the mission that they stated is to bring passion and comfort to the world with their products. Now, the relation between the democratic and purchasing power of the country is favorable for the Mexican company. Well, actually, yes. As you can see in the image, the United States of America imports and exports a ton of different type of products. They import around $3.1 trillion and they export 2.5 trillion. How the political system can help or undermine your client. Well, there's some points or characteristics of U.S. political system. For example, the U.S. politics are shaped by two major parties, the Democrats and the Republicans. The citizens have competing interests that differ based of the different background, the type of jobs they have, their race or age, whether they have children, etc. The politics also shaped by special interest groups, lobbyists, and the media. Within the corruption of the political system, the U.S. Has varied. U.S. actually ranks 25th of the least of the least corrupt country. And in 2019, the Transparency International stated that U.S. is experiencing threats of its own system checks and balances, along with the erosion of ethical norms at the highest level of power. How the whole project will play within the economic system of the target country. Some of the characteristics of the economic system in the United States are the following ones. The economy in the U.S. is a mixed type, exhibiting characteristics of both capitalism and socialism. Such, such a mixed economy embraces economic freedom when it comes for a capital use, but it also allows the government intervention for a public good. The U.S. government controls part of the economy, which differs with different methods, such as restriction and licensing requirement in its internal areas, such as the education, the courts, the roads, the postal delivery, and the health insurance. With the economy of U.S. being a mixed economy, also affect the financial policies, such as the monetary and fiscal policies. How to use their legal system and relevant government regulations to your client's favor. Well, the U.S. Government establishes that the U.S. Constitution establishes the judicial branch of the federal government and the authority of federal courts. The federal courts have exclusive jurisdiction only over certain types of cases, such cases involving federal laws, controversies between states, and cases involving foreign governments. In certain other areas, federal courts can share jurisdiction with the state's courts. For example, both federal and state courts may decide cases involving parties who live in different countries. Courts have exclusive jurisdiction over vast majority of the cases. Now, how do foreign direct investments work in the country and in the fiscal incentive in your client? Well, there are some points that Paradox Studios consider when they try to invest in the United States. Some of the strong points is that they have dominant position in the R&D. Thanks to the shale gas, U.S. on its own has a way to an energetic autonomy. And the dollar is the central currency around the world economic system. And they have a very good quality of national statistics. But the weak points that the economical system has is that they have high public debt. The US market is very competitive. They have a large number of unemployed, and the risk of the explosion of the student loan bubble. How is the local currency doing? We're actually comparing it with the peso again. So right now, I will speaking, the dollar costs 19 peso with 93 cents. As you can see as the image that was taken in May 19th of 2021. In hindsight of the country's culture and the workplace, what the Mexican company will find and how do they deal with it? Actually, they have to consider four major points. They have to think big, they have to focus on sports, they have to be very PG or the political correct, and they have to consider the diversity between all the country. They have to think big because Americans often prefers large and luxurious things such as trucks and massive SUVs. On the sports, that's the main thing that can unify or can divide Americans. The most popular sports that all Americans get hyped are football, baseball, and basketball. When we're talking about the PC term, we're talking about words that there's an underlying ruling not to use words or expressions that could be interpreted as offensive. And the diversity, US is often called the melting pot of the world because they have a lot of people with different backgrounds and cultures, that such as a wide variety of beliefs, values, and traditions. How to comply with relevant fiscal and or environmental regulation that apply direct to your client's business. Well, thanks to Paradox Studio, they only have to take care of three regulations. That is the Clean Air Act, the RCRA, and the TSCA. What to expect about local hiring practices, employment benefits, minimum wage standard, and the role of labor unions. Well, in the workplace, the FLA, or the Family and Medical Leave Act, is a federal law that allows an eligible employee to take an extended leave of absence from work. The situation includes that FLA are illnesses, caring of quality sick member, the sick family member, birth or adoption of a child, military caregiving, and the minimum wage in the U.S. is $7.25 an hour. Now we're gonna list some of the free trade agreements that the United States have. Actually, they only have one. As I mentioned before, they have with Mexico and Canada free trade agreement, so they don't pay tariffs. United States imports agriculture from Mexico a value around $9.2 billion in 2019. And I'm gonna now answer some of the most popular questions that you've been asking. So, should Paradox Studio enter the United States country? Yes, I think they could. And to what scale? Well, they will start at national market because their product will start selling via internet, and the way they will deliver their products will be outsourced by Amazon or UPS. Among exporting, licensing, franchising, joint ventures, and wholly owned subsidiaries, which entry mode is suited best for Paradox Studio? Well, I think franchising and exporting is the best way for Paradox Studio to sell their products. And what are the acquisition or strategy alliances that are going to be made? Well, some alliances that Paradox will be with other countries with other companies. I mean, that are dedicated with the production of products that they sell and they customize them as they're going to be ordered. Now, a conclusion. The objective of each conclusion is to sum up all the important points of a project. With this analysis displayed on this presentation, we can assume that Paradox Studio will start to expand their market in the United States, starting with California or Arizona. then slowly but surely around all the states in the United States. Then hopefully they're gonna be able to sell their product around the world soon. I will leave this info for the company if you're interested in help grow Paradox Studio. Thank you for your attention.